Howdy, y'all. This is Thomas, your trail guide for navigating the investment waters, educational and research based, searching for hidden gems. This one is not really receiving the amount of coverage that it possibly could and should, unless you're really targeting the resource sector. They're pretty. They have a good marketing campaign. We do see them, the CEOs and board members, appearing on Kitco News and other Stansberry, other research platforms, focused specifically in the commodity sector. This is an interesting first pitch here: the uranium energy, the low-cost fuel for emission-free electricity. So that's a nice play on the green energy, and there's a lot of green here. So it's definitely the uranium market is not sleeping on the push for the greenification, and they're looking at the bipartisanship of the U.S. Senate and House, pushing for energy independence in one way or another, and we'll slowly unravel the fundamentals of uranium as we dig deeper into some of these companies, if you put in a request just to do a deep dive on the fundamentals, we could do that. Move that to the head of the line. So this is an interesting move here. UEC buys Uranium One Americas, which again, the UEC, for those of you who are unaware, is a pure uranium play. They're really focused on the U.S., North America. I have a mine in South America, but they're really specific on the Americas, specifically the U.S., becoming the U.S. leading uranium company in the country. And the U.S. uses a lot of uranium and doesn't actually produce it, not because we can't or have the infrastructure is built. A lot of the infrastructure is built already. America used to be one of the leading countries in nuclear development, but it's just like everything else. It became easier to outsource. So that's what the U.S. has been doing. But with the supply chain shortages and how important uranium is to the economics, the electric grid, the stability of the United States infrastructure, and also the military power is definitely a side that's happening here. This clip here, I watched this clip already here. It's a breakdown of the Uranium One Americas and what was the whole point behind it. So highly recommend you watching that as well. This is the CEO, Amir, and I really enjoyed the guy. He gives really great answers. He knows what he's doing. He's got he's definitely got a good winning strategy and a really good team around him. We covered some other company of his, or a company that he's part of, the UROI, which ties into this with this UEC as well. So this is this is a based uranium mining exploration company. They have projects in Nevada, Wyoming. I was interested. I wanted to do a little bit more digging into this Paraguay one. So we'll do some digging into there. But I'm familiar with a good amount of these. So let's take a look a little bit deeper in here. Let's look at this investor highlights. This is a little bit about the fundamentals, and how we are reliant on on other companies. So I definitely recommend this is a good read here, because this company is the leading possible producer of the uranium. So it's set to take off as the uranium bull market is really starting to heat up. So I definitely recommend taking a look at this. And I wanted to look at meet the team. There might be a couple familiar faces in there. Okay, there we go with what Scott here again, and Amir. There's some good names here, some really solid, proven track record producers. Let's take a look at the letter to the shareholders. Okay. And we'll start here with the dear shareholders. 2022 begins the highest uranium price in a decade and a positive global outlook for nuclear energy not seen in a generation. For UEC, we have begun 2022 positioned as the leading American uranium mining company. They just this is the amount that they paid for with the Uranium One Americas. Forgot to mention that they're debt free. Okay, I just scanned down. I see that they're going to mention it. Okay, that's great news. Nice to have a cash flow company with and debt free. That definitely stands to be a big winner with the interest rate hikes proposed by the Fed. So being debt free is sounding pretty good. This follows our 112 million cash acquisition of Uranium One Americas, has endowed us with 2 operational hub and spoke production platforms and 7 licensed and low cost in situ recovery uranium projects. Earlier this month, we reached another important milestone, becoming debt free and also reporting a strong balance sheet of approximately 125 million of cash and liquid assets. Their stock jumped earlier. Check my horse related activities. Their stock had jumped earlier last year because they became a purchaser. They went out and actually purchased uranium on the spot market, and because of their belief that the uranium was going up, and so they them and Denison, the ticker symbol DNN, they both made that move and resulted in stock appreciation. Time has proven them correctly because the uranium price has gone up. Of course, that has to be their sentiment if they're in the uranium sector. Right, no reason to mine or build a business around a commodity that you feel is going out of favor or depreciating. So, approximately 125 million of cash and liquid assets. These positive industry and corporate developments have been years in the making, and whether you are new or long-term shareholder, your ownership of UEC is sincerely valued. Thank you. I appreciate owning it. And I thank you on behalf of our team and board of directors. So they give some information here on some of the fundamental and the bullish outlook for the nuclear power. We believe the outlook has never been brighter for nuclear energy and the uranium market, with a variety of important developments that are propelling nuclear power towards a major resurgence. This is interesting. Yeah, a lot of things come to mind as soon as I read that. Political, the geopolitical tension, the the prices of oil going up, the consistency of nuclear power as a clean form of energy, and the positive outlook that the younger voter generation has on nuclear power. They don't have a lot of the concerns or remember the devastation that occurred due to the reactors in Japan. So come in Japan, moving towards opening up their nuclear reactors as well, and powering them back up, will definitely be a game changer. The demand is increasing faster than a decade long bear market of no one really producing can withstand. So we'll see what kind of natural short squeeze is gonna occur in the uranium market. So these include new highs in, here, let me scroll that down for you, in nuclear power. Public opinion polls strong bipartisan support in the U.S. Congress. That is a major thing. For the independence, the energy independence that the right wants, and the clean, green future that the left wants. Those are kind of merging together in the uranium. The inclusion of nuclear power in the European taxonomy, and continued robust global growth. Germany is an interesting point. We're gonna see if Germany turns towards uranium, or more specific, nuclear power, like their French European neighbors, and that's gonna have a big impact, because they have a big, Germany's big in the renewable energy investments. So, but that also comes with the wind droughts and certain other harder to control factors. So there's some weaknesses in that area as well. That the nuclear power has just been consistent over the year. Good sounding motorcycle. The fundamentals driving the improved market are long-term in nature and offer considerable opportunity for significant uranium price and equity appreciation. Last year, the U3O8 price continued its ascent from its 2017 low of $17.70 a pound. That was really that's really low. That's really low. Pound of uranium cheaper than a McDonald's meal, and began to challenge the 50-pound range, dollar per pound range, while still well above below its 2011 highs near $70 a pound, and well below the $138 a pound all-time high registered in 2007. 2007, that's so long ago. Think about a commodity that's been continued use since 2007, consistently being used. The price of everything has gone up since 2007. Adjusted for inflation, this is going to break the all-time highs. I'm predicting a breaking of the all-time highs, It's becoming a perfect storm in the uranium, and I'm just looking at some of these gains and realizing that so many people have missed out on it. So I'm just interested in bringing a little bit more media coverage, a little bit more awareness to some of these, um, the not so uh, trendy commodities, and trying to make sure that the younger generation and the retail investors um, are provided with a spark of interest to really get them on their due diligence for the uranium and the other commodities that have been producing as well, um, so they can diversify their portfolio, and hopefully do some wealth preservation. So that's the objective of these videos here. Um, so hopefully y'all can get behind that, and yeah, I'll have to. This is a great this is a great opportunity here. So I I recommend you finish reading through here. I'm gonna go actually feed some horses. I got some chores to do, but I'll check in with you. I'm actually pretty excited, so I'm gonna try to get on a more routine schedule. So get in the like section. Hit the like in the comment section, and subscribe, and try to convince me to get more consistent about this stuff with the increase of subscriptions. I think I'm gonna increase the dedication to try to bring you some interesting and um, perspectives, and just some diversification in your due diligence process.